Hi guys, Dev Chaos here. Several of you were asking me how you could sell your breed from an egg or a crate or the womb worn by a female avatar or other attachment object. The idea here is that you're actually still selling your main parent breed object as the small child breed. However, you're just disabling the settings that you see inside here for lifespan. You want to turn lifespan off, turn growth off, turn hunger off, and breed time off, so that it doesn't do any of those things while it's within its egg or crate or womb. And what you want to do is to be able to use something like the prim accessory example that I showed you in a previous tutorial, where you either use a hidden prim or a part of the object, such as its head or the body, to act as the egg. You could still apply the skin sets, and it will apply to the contents within the breed. However, if you're trying to skin the object, the prim that you're going to be using as your egg, as well, you might be better off just using a hidden prim that acts as that egg. And this will still allow you to give all of the statistics for your breed while it's in the egg, such as its name and gender, and if you do apply skin sets, that it will also show the types of skin it has, such as the eyes and the body, the fur, whatever, the ears and nose and tail. You can display all that in hover text above the egg or crate or womb object if you would like. However, I made this simple example here where it sets the text stats every 5 seconds, and in this it also when it goes to the text stats event, there's a filter here where there's an undefined value right now called born, and if born equals true, it'll not only show the name and the gender, but it'll show the age as well. But since born is not defined yet, it will send the event flow over to the callback of egg stats, which just is going to show the name and the gender. So what we need to do to give this an egg is I'm going to use the touch param script here. We'll drop that in our breed, and we'll just simply touch to get the size of the body shape, because I'm going to use the body as the egg, and when the egg hatches, it's going to revert back to the body shape. So now that I got that, I do not need the script anymore, and I can take the size here, and we'll use the size to define in our species, which I just called egg to child. We'll make an animation called hatched, and hatched will just be resizing the main prim to its original size. So I'll go ahead and I'll save that, and now let's get back into Second Life, and we will I'm going to create the egg itself by stretching all the sides, and it is now, this is the egg that we're going to be selling. So I could take a copy of this and distribute that later. So this is completely set up. However, now we want to add a few things to our action object. And our action object here, as well as the settings that we have, we also we want to make it so that we're going to bind another timer event, and let's say after 20 seconds, just quickly, so we have a fast tutorial here for you. We don't want you waiting around for 2 hours waiting for it to hatch, but we're going to call the hatch event, and we're going to want to remove this timer after we hatch it, so we'll do that. What we need to do is create the hatch event, and now we can unbind the remove hatch handle. And from here, we're going to want to set the hatched animation, which reverts the egg object back to its body shape. Well, let's make sure I got a copy of that. I do not. Where's 1 second, life? Give me something. There we are. So now we have that as the egg object. We're going to after 20 seconds, it's going to hatch, unbind that timer, and set the prim animation. Another thing we want to do so that the stats, instead of showing the egg stats, it will show this stat. We want to set the property for born to true. And we also want now to set the lifespan. We want to re-enable that, so we'll go and type that in. Lifespan is now true. And now if there is anything here that you want to change, such as if you want to enable growth as well and hunger and all that, you would simply put the value here with the time that you would want. And I'll show you. It's in the attributes section. In the attributes section down here in the values area, these are all the built-in settings that you can set within the breed setting script that you could change later on, as well as other things such as you can change the object's name. You can even change its partner once it's already defined the partner. You can set the family and other timers, as well as different odds and growth scales, so you can do things like enable and disable breeding during the action events. You can change how much it gets hungry. You can stunt growth, and you can do a number of different things just to give your pets a little more character. So all we really want to do for this is do the lifespan, so that once it starts, we have the age that we were looking to set it as, because now it's just going to show the age. Everything else for this example is redundant, but for your breeds, you have a lot of different options as to how you can, the things that you can re-enable or change once it's hatched from the egg. So now we have our object as the egg. We have this set up so that it removes the timer that it's set to hatch. It sets the egg back to its body shape, and it will change the property of born so that we get the new stats, and it turns lifespan back on. Okay, so I'm going to save that, and after 20 seconds we'll see the egg resize back into its normal size, and of the body. It will hatch, and then we'll be able to see the age of the object itself. But since I took a copy of it, we can do that with multiple eggs as well. Another idea for this example is to see there it's aged, and after those 5 seconds the timer updates the text, and we have the age, and now it will start aging again and go from 0 on up. Another idea, if you wanted smaller eggs, is that you could change all of the prim formations. You would get all the prim positions within the object, so the nose and the eyes and the ears, you could save it as it is and then resize them all into something a lot smaller or move them elsewhere, and then using the same method I did for just the one prim to hatch it, you could call just the hatched event, but supply the prim animation that you defined here as all of the prims being moved back to their proper configuration. But just for this example, I wanted to give you something basic to work from. You could do a number of different things, including from here trigger your own custom start event so that it starts to move around and do other functionality. But this was enough to at least get you started. I'll put this example here in the plugin repository so that you can easily plug this into your breed and follow along the tutorial and accomplish the same simulation for yourself.